Hey everyone! My name is Hachimitsu and I am back with another video. Today I will be showcasing the mod Minecraft Comes Alive Reborn. And yes, it is called Reborn because this one is the updated version of the normal MCA, and we're going to be diving into that. And without further ado, we are going to jump into the main menu. Alright, so now we're in the main menu, and what we're going to do, we are going to go into single player. And we are going to create this world. Before your character loads into a world, this screen is going to pop up. So it is from the Minecraft Comes Alive mod. You get to choose how you want villagers to name you. So I'm just going to go with Hachi. I want to press feminine. And then these are three options. We're gonna go with the player one for this mod showcase to kind of fit in with the other villagers. So we would press accept, and then here there's this little character, and it shows you like the changes as you go on. So I'm gonna try and make it kind of look like me. And over here, let's do the hair and let's do the eyes. We got brown eyes, kind of brown hair. And you can select random hair, or you can do genetic hair. And what this one does is that you can actually select, like it's easier to select the specific color that you want, but I just usually do it from this. And there's also traits, so you can add any of these traits. It's really cool, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. And then I'm gonna press select hair, and there are 3 pages of hairs that you can choose, and I can choose it from feminine or masculine. There's a lot of hairs that I could choose. And not only that, you see this little button that says library, so I would press that, and then there's a whole bunch of things that people have made and they uploaded them. So these are skins and clothes that people have uploaded, and you can search anything you like. So we're gonna go to the first page, and I'm gonna search, for example, medieval, and then you would see a bunch of medieval outfits. It's really cool. You can filter it by hair or clothing. It hides the hair, and there's so many. There's a lot of pages of clothes, and it's really cool. So, and it's really cool because it doesn't matter if you press hair or clothes on the other menu. You can just search whichever one and it will apply. So if I search up hair and then I take off clothing and I pull up hair, all the hairs will show. So I am going to select this one, press done, and then I'm gonna pick something to wear. Dress. Okay, I really like this one, so I'm gonna go for this one. And then ta-da! There is my character. Alright, so now we're back into this world, and we're gonna start by interacting with some of the villagers, because I think that's what you guys would like to see. So we are going to do just that before we begin looking at the Minecraft Comes Alive items. So there's Lambert the guard here. So I'm gonna right click him, and you can see their name, their job, their mood, personality, and traits. And his trait is tough, so that means that he's really strong. He could deal some blows. You can see how many hearts you have with them, and I've been talking to them a lot, so I have a lot of hearts. And you can see who they're married to, and their genes, their parents, their family tree would show up over here. So Lambert is married to Janice, and they both have a son named Kai. And you can talk to them. You can talk to them about rumors, and they could tell you like where their nearest shipwreck is, or where like a portal is, which is really cool. Chat, tell joke, tell story, hug, flirt, kiss. Those ones, of course, a romantic relationship. And it depends on their personality whether they'll like you or not. If you tell them a joke or story, sometimes their like personality is gloomy and they don't like jokes or stories. So it's just best to kind of think about what you do before talking to them. And you can also interact with them. You can gift them items. You can pick them up if they're a child. For location, you can make them go home. You can choose their workplace, and you can set their home as well. You can make them follow you, you can make them stay here, you can make them ride a horse, and you can tell them to take off their armor or not. Yeah, let me try and get them to take it off. Okay, sometimes they won't take it off when they're on duty, so it just depends on the time of day as well if you want them to take it off. We're going to go into Eric and Olga's family home. Oh, here's Olga. And she's jobless, as it says up at the top. Let me see. Oh, she's unhappy, and has a peppy personality, so she's hyperactive, always moving, and slightly annoying. And she is weak. She's married to Eric. Let's talk to her a little bit. And then she says, well, hello, Hachi. It's such a pleasure to see your lovely face. You can just talk to them. An apple a day keeps those pesky zombies at bay. Yes, that's very true. Alright, let's go upstairs. I think that there's more of her family members up here. Oh, okay. Here's Eric, and he's an archer. So for archers, you would usually see them wearing like a leather piece of armor and their bow, of course, walking around the village. And the archers and guards, they patrol the village every corner. They're always looking around, making sure that everyone's safe. And every now and then, they'll just go into random homes. They'll even go into your home to just survey the area. But they're just doing their job. And at night, they usually stay up a little bit late to, of course, protect the village if there's any zombie attacks at night. Because, like, you can see them outside patrolling. They're very good at their jobs. And there's another archer over there. I think let's talk to him a little bit. He says, nice to see you. It's got to hear. I think I saw Gyrus the other day in diamond armor. Oh, that's cool. So let's come up here. Okay. Oh, here we have one of his sons, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Olga and Eric have a Reiner for one of their sons. And yes, that's an Attack on Titan reference. Okay, I'm gonna let him go. You can make them move freely, and they'll usually just walk downstairs. Sometimes they'll follow you, but it's because they want to interact with you. Like, it's not, you might think it's creepy, but I'm just used to it because they just want to talk to you, or they want you to interact with them. It's pretty cool how realistic it is. Okay, we're gonna go to Lambert and Janice's home. So here is Janice. And as you can see, this little baby here. Baby's so cute, his name is Kai. And they have a growing timer. So after they're born, they have like, he's at 260. So after that time passes, he'll be a toddler, so he'll be able to walk around. Yeah, it's super cool. Here we have Miroslav, who's an armorer, and with specific careers, you can trade with these villagers. For example, if I right click him, you can trade with him, and then it shows you the items that he could trade for. Just like a normal, like, vanilla villager, you can trade with them still, but it's more directed to their professions. So if I had 15 coal, give him emerald, and I could get up to iron boots, and the levels will go up, so he will have better stuff. He'll have weapons and armor, and it's really cool. Okay, next we're gonna go into this I guess a church or a chapel. I'm pretty sure it's a church though, because it is a little bit smaller. Ooh, it's very purpley decorated. Okay, here we have Andre, who's a cleric. And with clerics, you can trade with them rotten flesh into emerald, and then emerald to redstone. And what clerics do is that you can talk to them. Let's see. You can talk to them about getting divorce papers if you are married. So if you want to divorce them, you get divorce papers, and we will do that in a second because I have a spouse and I wanted to try something so that you guys could see how it actually works. But with clerics, you can obtain divorce papers and other things that he traded. For example, you get emeralds, you can get redstone dust, and just like Miroslav, you can upgrade the level, and then he'll give you a bunch of more stuff. And yes, this is Andre the cleric, and he's wearing a cult robe, interestingly enough, because there is a cult called the Sirbens in this mod. And what these Sirbens do, we're not really sure. I looked on the wiki page, and they're a different type of race, and they're very like mysterious, and not many people know about them. I just know that they have their speech is a little bit different, and not many villagers like talking to them, so it's interesting that he's wearing this cult cloak, and he has the red eyes, scary red eyes. But I think he's just a normal villager because he hasn't had any weird speech. He is greedy though. He is greedy, and people that are greedy, sometimes they steal items, so just be on the lookout. They might steal your items, or usually if they do chores, they'll do less. Yeah, I don't even know if he earned that gold or if he stole it. I'm not too sure, but we're just gonna leave him be because I don't want to start any confrontations. So we're gonna go out, we're gonna leave him alone. Yep, so that is the cleric and a little bit about the Sirbens, because you can look up about the Sirbens, but honestly there's not a lot of information because it's supposed to be like kind of mysterious. Let's talk to Natalia the archer. Okay, she's friendly and she's lactose intolerant, so you cannot gift her bread or milk or anything. I think she'll reject it, and her hearts would go down. So try not to gift villagers things that you think that they wouldn't like. There you go. Oh, like she said, ew, go away, you dress like you're from the past. What do you mean from the past? We're in the medieval era. We're in the medieval era. What are you talking about, Natalia? That's so rude. Okay guys, I'm gonna show you one more villager and then we're gonna go on to the other topic. So we're gonna come into this library. It's really cute. I like the decor of it. And here is Vincent. And Vincent is actually my husband. I married him off camera, and yeah, he is my husband. So if I right click him, I would see that he is married to me. He's shy, he has lactose intolerance, and he's a librarian. And another cool thing if you're married to someone is you can see their inventory. So you can look at in the inventory, you can give him food, and he could eat it if he gets hurt. Which is a cool thing that villagers do whenever they get hurt. If they have food on them, they'll eat it to regain their health. And I can also trade with him. He's giving me a bad trade for being my husband. That is, who wants to get a book of cursive binding? That's actually insane for 38 emeralds and a book. Man, I don't think this is gonna work out. I think we're gonna have to. He doesn't know it, but we're gonna divorce. Okay. And I can make him work. I can make him go fishing if I give him a fishing rod. I can make him harvest if I give him a hoe. Hunting, I think I'd have to give him a sword. Chopping an axe. You can make them do all these things, which is really cool. And you can see their inventory and collect the stuff from them. Just make sure that you don't make them fish for too long because they will stay out at night. I've tried it before. If you make them fish and you forget, they'll still be out at night, so monsters might get them. So just be careful. And down here you can stop the work. You can check out the family tree. We have no kids, but we're married, about to be separated. But that is Vincent. Poor guy. Okay, next up we're gonna look at the Minecraft Comes Alive Reborn items. So in here I have this massive chest with a bunch of stuff in it, but we're gonna look at everything one at a time. So up here we had the relationships and you book that we were gonna look at, or like briefly look at, because there's a lot of books in here. I'll just talk about each and every one of them a little bit and you guys can read them if you ever get the mod and look into it. So relationships and you basically talks about the relationships that you can get in this mod. For example, they can be friends, romantic, or kids that you have. It is very crucial to make good relationships if you want to progress in the village, and especially because of something that we'll look at in a second. The next book is Beware the Infection by Richard the Zombie. I'm not sure how a zombie would be able to write, but it's kind of silly. This book is basically just about being careful of a zombie that might bite a villager, because if a zombie bites a villager, over time they will become a zombie. Their sound will become slurred. They won't be able to make out a word that they're saying. They'll be growling and shaking. You have to cure them the same way that you cure normal zombie villagers in vanilla. You just throw a potion of weakness at them and hand them an apple and then they should be cured. But be careful for them to not bite any other villagers because it will spread like the plague. and it is very, very dangerous. And not only that, if there's a baby and you're holding onto the baby and a zombie hits you, there's a chance that the baby might become a zombie villager. So be on the lookout for that and be very careful. The next book is construction work, and this book basically just says how to grow your village using the blueprint, which we're going to look at in a second. On Rose Gold is a book about how to make rose gold, which is a cheaper way to make gold. For the rose gold, you just need 1 raw gold and 2 raw coppers, and that is how you could easily make ingots of rose gold, and you can make rings with it. So it's just a lot cheaper than gold by itself, because to make a gold ring you would need 8 gold, and if you wanted to make it cheaper you could use rose instead. And this book is just about the Sirbens and talking about how they're a different race and that they're very outlandish. So that's what that book is about. And there's like 5 of these books, so I only put 1 in there. But I think you guys should read them because it's a lot to take in. This next book is called Death and How to Cure It. And it's basically about how to cure death. It's in the title of the book. So there are 2 ways to cure death, basically. And it is with a Scythe or a Staff of Life. So with the Scythe, you would have to spawn in the Grim Reaper. And he's a very tough boss. You have to kill him. And then he drops this Scythe. And what this does when you get it is that you basically take another villager's life for the villager that died. So let's say there's a gravestone of a villager that you want revived. You would have to kill another villager with a Scythe, take his soul, and then put it into the tombstone of the villager that you want to be alive. So it's kind of like an eye for an eye. I wouldn't recommend it, but there is that one. And then the other one is the Staff of Life. So let me search that up. This one is a bit difficult to make. It will require the Scythe though, so either way you would have to kill the Grim Reaper. It just needs a Nether Star, End Rod, and the Scythe. And what this does is that you would just right click a tombstone on it, and then there would be a bunch of lightning bolts, and he would come back to life. And he'll come back to life sad because, you know, he was dead. But let me grab this because we're gonna use that in a second. This next book, Managing Your Family, is just about how your kids will grow and how you can wed them off with a matchmaker's ring. That's basically what it is. And this is a book of the supporters, so it's about all the people that made this mod, so a big thanks to them. We have the villager editor, so you can only get this in creative mode, and you can edit the villagers' attributes, their personalities, their looks, appearances, everything. And then over here we have the family tree, so you can search up any name of the villager and you can see their family tree. And then here we have the civil registry, so you can see all of the events that happen in the village. For example, if someone marries, if someone dies, if someone has a born baby, that's where you would see all of this. And we have the blueprint. So the blueprint is to manage the village you're inside in, and we're going to take this out because we're going to use that later. And then over here, we have a bouquet to start a relationship, and you can only give it to a villager if you have over 200 hearts. And next we have the engagement ring, which you would give to a villager if you want to engage with them. And then the 2 wedding rings, and a matchmaker ring if you want to marry off 2 villagers. And you must have 2 in your hand in order to have 2 villagers marry off. You just gift it to them. And then here we have Potion of Femininity and Potion of Masculinity. So you could right click them on yourself or a villager to change their gender. Here is the needle and thread and a comb. You can right click yourself to change your look or your hairstyle. And then here we have a letter. So usually after your child dies, you would get this letter and it would say that the name of your son or daughter has died. So that's what that is. The divorce papers is to give to your spouse to end any unhappy marriage. And here we have the whistle to call your family to your location, so I'm going to take this out. And then we have the villager tracker, so you would just put the name of any villager that you want to know where they are in, and then it will show you the location. And I'm going to take this lectern for books. And this is how the tombstone would look like if a villager dies. It would just say their name and it would pop up on the ground for where they died. Okay, so firstly, I'm gonna whistle for my husband, Vincent. So I'm gonna right click. And you would see the picture of all your family members, your daughters, sons, husband, wife, whatever. You'll see all of them. And it will show you if they're staying or not. So you would call them. And then they will teleport right to you, which is super cool. So we are going to interact. I'll make them follow me. Because over here, we have this tombstone and I wanted to try out the Staff of Life. So I'll make you stay here. So I got my husband Vincent over here and we're gonna try out this Staff of Life. And I want you guys to see how cool it looks. Okay, let's actually make it night. I think it'd be cooler. Okay, make it night. I'm gonna right click on him. I love the bells tolling, it's so funny. It's over dramatic. And he's gonna pop out any second. There we go, he popped out. Okay. And there he is, there's Kenneth. So now we can safely break this. Hello, Kenneth. And as you can see, he came out crying because he just resurrected from the dead. I'm gonna chat with him to cheer him up. And there we go, he's already overjoyed. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you over here. Actually, you can stay right there. Yeah, he's staying still. Okay, so I got the divorce papers. Vincent, I am terribly sorry for what I'm about to do to you, but it's for the purpose of the showcase. So I'm gonna give you these. I had the mistake of gifting it to them, but you're not supposed to. You would talk to them. And then you would press divorce right down here. And then confirm. And then he says, if you think this is the best, I will always love you, Hachi. No, that's terrible. That's terrible. So now he's not married. Oh, that's so sad. I must let you go. Goodbye. Oh, you gotta rip in your shirt. Okay, now that we got that settled, I'm gonna try to marry this guy. I've been marrying people left and right. Okay, so because I don't have enough hearts to pursue a romantic relationship with him, I could advance that in creative mode with the villager editor. I would go to debug, and then you can increase the hearts. So I'm gonna do it up to 216. Hello. And as you can see, he's at 216. So I'm gonna gift him this bouquet. And he says, what pretty flowers. Oh, they're for me? I didn't know you felt that way. I'd love to be with you. So I right click him and he'd be in love with me. And then next up would be the engagement ring. So I do the same thing, interact, gift, right click. He says, of course I'll marry you. So now we are engaged. And the final ring is the wedding ring. So I'm gonna interact, gift, and there we go. I feel so complete, but I know this is just the beginning. And it says we're married. Awesome, awesome. Okay, one other thing we're gonna look at is the blueprint, which is one of the most fundamental. We're gonna ignore that guy. The blueprint is a fundamental item that you need in order to progress your village forward. So I'm gonna right click on it, and you see a bunch of stuff on here, but when you get the blueprint, you might not see as much as I have right here. So up at the top is the village's name. I named it Hawthorne. On the right side, you can see your rank, you can see your hearts, buildings, population. And on the left side, you could see the rank, catalog, the villagers in your village, rules, and you can just refresh the map. So we're just gonna break it down. Over here, if you hover over any square, it should show you the type of building it is and who lives in it and how many beds are in it. So here's a house which Abigail and Ivan are occupying, and they have 2 beds. And this is a big house, and this one's also a big house. These ones are smaller houses. And this is the town center. Usually villagers hang out in the town center in the afternoon. They usually come around and they talk and interact with each other. And over here, what you can do is you can add a room, which adds a single room with a roof and door as a building. So you can do that in whichever location you choose. And you can remove the building. If you go over to here, I can remove the building. It wouldn't actually delete the building. It would just remove this square and remove it like called the big house. It would just be a normal white square. So don't be scared. It's not going to remove the actual building itself. Okay, so next, let's go to advanced. Here you can restrict access from a certain building that you don't want villagers to go into. So if I go into this big house, I can restrict access and no villager would move in there. You can add a building and rename the village. So that's how I renamed the village. Next tab that we're going to be looking at is rank. See my rank. I am currently a peasant because I have not fulfilled all of the check marks from this list that I have to fill out in order to reach the next rank. So if I were to build a storage, my rank would go up to merchant. Ranks do, it's really cool because it like you slowly work your way up by building the village, all of these nifty things. And it is really cool to interact with the villagers and help them out and watch your village grow. So I think this ranking system is really, really cool. Okay, next we're going to look at catalog, which shows you what to put inside of the builds that the ranks would require. So over here it says build special buildings by fulfilling these conditions. So you can select which one and it will show what you need to put inside. For example, storage would need 4 chests and a lectern. And then blacksmith, it will tell you what you need there. Infirmary. The infirmary is cool because it reduces the chance of infection by 50%. Sick villagers tend to gather here. So if a villager was bitten by a zombie, they will go there to get cured, and it's really, really nifty. And there's a graveyard. Library. This one is a quiet place for librarians, clerics, and the cartographer. By improving the village logistics, the taxes are increased by 50%. And then there's a big house, a prison, armory, inn, and then the music store. This one says work in progress. So I haven't checked that one out yet. But these are all of the builds that you can make, and it shows what you would need inside of it in order to fulfill the rank as it says on this part. So we are going to, because that's basically it. These two are the more important ones. So we're going to try to build a storage. And where I was thinking of building it temporarily was in this library. Was in this church. So it needs 4 chests. I'm gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the lectern is already there, so it should work. So what you would do is you would go to the blueprint, you would right click it, and then you would press add building, and then it adds the storage. And look at that, I got the achievement. I'm a merchant now. So if I check merchant, it shows my new rank, and then it shows all of the builds that I will need to fulfill in order to reach the next rank, which is noble. So that is pretty cool. And it shows up with this emerald. It shows the size of it. And another thing is that you can't really override. So if there's another building that's like kind of over this, it won't read it. So you would have to make that one smaller, or this one like a little bit smaller. So you just have to be careful of that. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to pursue with Kenneth is trying to procreate. I wanted to give us some time to get to know each other, so I kind of didn't want to rush him into doing it because he just popped out of the grave. So in order to do that, I would right click him, talk, and we're gonna press procreate, and then it would say, do you really want a child? I would say confirm, and then he would go spitting like crazy, all these hearts. Oh, it's a girl. And we got the achievement. I got a baby girl. And then what you would do is that you would right click it, not it, the baby, and you could press random. Let's see if there's any that I like. I'll press Alena. I like Alena. So done, little Alena. And then if I look at her, she would have a timer, and I think it would take up to 45 minutes. So I'm gonna, while we wait for her to grow, I'm gonna give her to her father. So I'm gonna put her in his inventory, and she will still grow. As you can see, the timer's still moving, so I'm gonna let her stay in there and wait for her to grow. Alrighty, so I found this little place that we could stay in because I don't think anyone is occupying it now. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff around, but I haven't seen anyone come in here. I think they kind of just abandoned it and left the stove on, which is kind of not safe. It's still been boiling for many days, but it's all right. It is our new home now. It has been 20 minutes, well, 21 and counting. So I'm gonna take out little Alena, and we are gonna right click her on the ground and see how she looks like. Oh, there she is. There she is. Oh, she looks so cute. Oh, she's adorable. She's adorable. She looks just like she has your eyes. They're just darker. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna right click her, and what I can do, for example, if I wanted to change her look for no reason in specific, I could change her skin tone, like, and this one you can make them like look older and wrinkly if you want. Older people in your village, you can change the skin tone, but I'm not going to. You can change the face. I'm gonna make her eyes like a little bit more natural because I don't like the big exaggerated eyes, so I'm just gonna make her have those eyes. You can change her hair color, and I'm gonna give her a cute little hairstyle. So I'm gonna do this little braid. That's cute. And I'm gonna select her clothes. Let's select something. Oh, let's do something from in here. Let's do search a baby. Oh, there's so much cute things. Man, there's so many. I'm gonna pick this one because it's pink. Aww. Oh, let me change her hair color because I can barely like differentiate her hair color from her skin color. Right about there, that looks good. There you go, there is little Alena. She's so cute with the little pacifier and her little outfit. Isn't she adorable? Yep, I think he agrees, he's giggling. Oh, and she's so cute. We're parents now, Kenneth, we're parents to beautiful little Alena. And that is how to raise your family. And you can procreate, like, you don't have to wait. Like in real life, you can just procreate as many times as you want, but sometimes your spouse says, oh, not tonight, or oh no. And a way to encourage other villagers, if you have them marry, or if they are married and if you want them to have a child to increase the population, you would just give them cake, and then it should take them a couple of days and then they will have a baby. So that is how to raise a family in Minecraft comes alive. One last thing that we're gonna do, which I've never done before. I've done a little bit of research about it, but I am kind of nervous. We are going to spawn in the Grim Reaper, and I'm pretty excited and a little bit worried about this. We're gonna go into survival mode, and we're gonna try and do it like the picture shows. So I think it's 1, 2. Let me take a look at the picture real quick. So it goes 1, 2 emerald, 1, 2, and then 2 more here, and then an emerald goes here, and I'm pretty sure it's back to 1, 2, like that. And then I would take this flint and steel, put this here. I'm so scared. I haven't had a boss fight in a while. Like I typically don't fight wither bosses or ender dragons, so I'm very scared. But let's see how this goes. Oh, he fears the sunlight. Okay, well, now that I know that, I'm gonna make it. Oh, that makes it even scarier. Dude, you're gonna become cooked brisket if you don't get out of here. You're gonna be cooked. Make it normal. Okay. Oh shoot. I told you, cow. I told you. Where is he? Where is he? so close. Oh, is he dead? Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, now he's dead. Oh, we got him. We got him. Let me put these down. We got him. And we got the ski. We got the ski. That's so cool. Let me make it day. Man, look at all this destruction. Oh, there's just one hole, but dang, that took a while to kill him. And I was able to do it with 6 golden apples and some food, and most of my armor is protection 3. I used a netherite sword with smite 4, a bow with knockback 2 and flame, well, I didn't use a netherite axe, but I had this backup just in case. And that's pretty much it. I had some backup potions because I thought it would be a little bit more intense, but that's pretty cool. And we got the Scythe now. So cool. Alrighty guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this showcase about Minecraft Comes Alive Reborn, and I hope y'all try it out because it's a really cool mod. It's one of my favorites. I cannot play Minecraft without it because then it feels kind of lonely, and it's also really fun to make your own village and become a lord. Well, that's it then. My name is Hachimitsu, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.